You're checking out Power99.com.
Don't stop.
Let's talk about the songwriting because, I was, Usher came here and Usher's such an amazing performer. Like, he blows me away. And and just watching him go through all of his hits, I realized that Climax is one of my favorite Usher songs. Out of all the songs, I remember I was about to tear up because it took me to like a moment like, oh my God,
Won't he do it? Won't God do it?
This song is amazing. So you actually contributed to the song, which is amazing to me that such an iconic artist got a song from you.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is, shout out to Usher because when Michael died, I was like, I gotta hurry up and break into this music industry because I can't let another icon pass without me rubbing shoulders or contributing in some sort of way. Whether it was at that time, I just thought it was a duet because I didn't know I could write songs. But just to be able to contribute to his catalog that's so extensive and expands so many levels of success, it's just a blessing. People are always like, why didn't you keep Climax for yourself? I'm like, you do know it was like, I came to New York to work with him. Right. It's not a song that I did at home and send to him. You know what I mean? It was the energy in the studio when Diplo was there, played the track, and we was, vibing and stuff like that. So that's something you deal with as well. People are like, you should have kept that song for yourself. You would have been out of here. But it wasn't for me to begin with.
Well, a lot of people don't understand. A lot of the money comes from the writing, most of it. And that'll pay you forever, right?
Glory, yes.
Yeah. So what do you learn from an Usher when you're in the studio with him writing a record? Because a lot of people don't get that privilege.
And that's why I thank God. That's why I feel like I had to do the songwriting, even though, at the time I didn't understand how much of a blessing it was, like just the conversations that we were able to have. And I would ask him questions about confessions, what songs didn't make it. I wanted to hear everything. And I would play him my favorite vocal influences and he would play me his. He actually was one of the first people to inspire me to go back in and like walk in my calling, you know what I mean? Because he was like, do your music, bro. Like, and even when I first got my deal, he would always call me like, what's the album sounding like? I'm gonna come out of the studio here. And he actually came out of the studio one time when he was working with Pharrell, like across the hall, and came in the room and heard some of the music. So yeah, it's all love.
It's interesting. We share a lot of the same passion for music and hip hop, but we're Spanish. You were born in DR.
Yeah.
Tell me when you came here and how you fell in love with the music.
It felt like every time people were born over in DR, Haiti, they literally come out the womb and swim. Or and like
it's like over.
But no, actually, are you ready for this? Or do we have time?
I'm ready.
Okay, so my dad was in politics.
Okay.
And I don't know if he was my mom tells me the story with like, she doesn't really like him, so I don't know if she gives me all the facts, but he was like this. She kind of like, hey, your dad was in politics and blah, 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 blah. We got political exiling, now you're here. But it's like, as I collected the story over the years, it's like my father was in politics. And when they
in DR?
In Haiti.
In Haiti.
Because my dad's Haitian, my mom's Dominican.
Okay. Ooh, forbidden love.
Yes, exactly. That's what it is. But that also saved my life, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
They really believe over there that it's like, when you watch movies and they overthrow the government and they must kill like the first son because he's gonna grow up and avenge his father. They truly believe in that over there. So it's like when they overthrow the government or overthrow the president, like the family will end up missing because they just don't want any of that.
Right.
So luckily we were from a Dominican household and we were able to go to my mom's family side, so they weren't looking for us over there. Mm-hmm. And my mom had a maid. So, and my father didn't realize how powerful he was at the time in the political office. So the maid was like, my mom went to pay him, and it was a male maid. So he went to pay him.
That's interesting.
Yeah, but that's not how they work over there. It's like that's a profession. You know how like people are doctors and stuff. It's like that, like a servant. Yeah. And he was like, no, don't pay me. Just have your husband sign this paper. And my mom was like, what is it with this paper? He's like, like they're granting exile to people, and your husband's signature is what's granted. So my mom was like, all this time we've been signing papers, we've been thinking they've been going missing, and they've been in the United States. Like they was thinking people was disappearing.
They've been going over to Washington Heights.
Yeah. So when he got home, she was like, you idiot. You've been sending these people to America. And we've been thinking we're dead. They're dead. And like, we're over here. Like, she literally would tell me, it broke my heart that she would have to put a mattress. Because they were like, when they were in Haiti before they got to Dominican Republic to hide out, like, she would have to put a mattress while my father was in office, and they would drive by shooting. And she would have to hold me and my little brothers and sisters.
What?
Yeah, while they were shooting, and put a mattress and hide on the ground. So he was like, you think you know everything you're talking about? She was like, you would not go into this office tomorrow without signing this paper. And then when they went, the way she told it to me was like, the embassy was like, are you crazy? Like, they didn't even let her go home. They literally went back and picked up like my uncles in like an armored truck and put us on a plane and came here. So it was crazy. So we didn't have to swim. We didn't, because I probably wouldn't have made it.
I didn't say nothing about swimming.
I probably wouldn't have made it.
I came here in a plane, so I try not to stereotype people.
I don't judge nobody. No judge zone. But yeah, so that's how he came. It's kind of like a really interesting story. And you would think something like that would be enough to keep them together, but she just had enough of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Have you ever been discriminated against because you're Spanish and singing R&B?
Nah, because I think Dominicans are just light-skinned black people. That's how they look at it. Like brown, lighter skin, I don't know. It's never been that, actually. No. Yeah. I've been discriminated because I'm black.
Okay.
Yeah, but never, no.
Yeah, because Miguel's Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
There's typically R&B has been, it's been music of black people, and although we're all minorities and we're all of the same color, I was just wondering. I mean, I know I've been told, sometimes, oh, well, you're Spanish and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, okay.
Right.
My mom grew up, I listened to Donna Summer when I was a kid.
Exactly.
And like Michael Jackson. Like, I don't, I grew up differently,
Exactly.
My mama adores Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
She has a hologram poster
this is
Michael Jackson in the crib. And I'm like, yeah, I don't, I
say Michael Jackson?
Yeah, and Michael Jackson. And then listen, she be doing the dances and everything. My mother is hardcore.
That's love.
So it's like, I'm very in touch with the Spanish side of me, but I grew up differently.
Exactly.
I think like when I was 5, we used to listen to reggae, and
reggaeton or reggae?
No, reggae.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so, it's interesting. I like to talk to, because it's like you don't fit a stereotype, and that's what I think is happening now.
And that's what I love about Latin culture, and the fact, and I heard that we're not about to be a minority anymore.
Damn, who's a minority now?
I don't know, but I don't think the way
I hate that word in general, though.
Yeah. But the way we multiply, that wasn't going to last long.
So let's talk about the music, because, there's so much complexity to you. We can sit here and talk forever, but tell me about the album. You're about to put out your debut album.
Yes. It's been a long time coming.
Right. You've been working for this, 9 years, since you were 15 years old?
Yeah. Yep. So it still doesn't feel real. Like it's amazing. Even to be sitting here talking to you and telling you about it, just like, I remember being here a year ago and just being like, man, I'm turning all my records in on time. I just want to have my shot. You know what I mean? So it's just a blessing to be able to tell my story to the world. If it was about money, I would have stayed writing songs. It's not that. I don't want to leave this life not walking in my purpose. So
Shadows and Diamonds.
Yes.
What is that from? What does that mean?
It means finding light in the darkest times of your life, in the darkest parts of your life. Yeah, it's you know how they say glass half full, glass half empty. Right. I went to a point in time, because of my spirituality, I've never contemplated suicide. But as a new artist, when you're doing everything you're supposed to, and I just think the music industry went to a phase where they were perpetuating the R&B thug. You know what I mean? And then artists like me, Frank, and Weeknd were like kind of like on the back burner, like, you know what I mean? Now it's amazing, because now that's what's winning. You know what I mean? It took a 180, so that's amazing. But imagine you want to tell stories, and the only way you're going to be able to do that is because all the industry wants from you is to sing sex songs and call women out of their names and stuff like that. Which was, so that's why I'm really proud of the single Now I Just Wanna, is because I've always wanted to do a fun summer anthem. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think that, be it as it may, like, not everything is so serious. So when people would hear my music, they would think, oh man, like he's super deep. So they'll expect me to walk around with a kente cloth and a dashiki. You know what I mean? So I'm like, no, I like to have fun. I'm a big kid. So I'm excited about this song, because not only making songs that make people cry, but it's also songs that, whatever they're going through, to make them forget their circumstances and have fun. That's why it's like, I just want to get messed up. Like, I don't want to think about the consequences right now. Whatever my poison is, I want to be in that moment with my significant other, and let's just live it up. You know what I mean? I feel like Dej Loaf really adds like a touch to the song. Ooh, her voice is so crazy. It's like a cartoon character. Well, I love her because she kind of does what you do a little bit. Yeah. She can sing, and then she can go into the rapping. Yeah. And she's just an amazing spirit, and she's a cutie. Yeah. And I'm so excited to have like a brown skinned chick in the music industry rapping now. Yeah. She just did the XXL. She was just on the XXL freshman cover too, right? She's the only person I noticed. I looked at it really quick, and then I was like, I'm gonna figure out who else was on it later. And I was like, shout out, I sent her like a little congrats on Instagram because she deserves it.
Yeah.
She's been putting in work. She's on like every big song right now.
Yeah, she's doing a good job. So you chose her, right?
I did like a really short list of like 2 names, and she was one of them. Yes.
Nice. So that happened for you. That's good.
Yeah, and when I got her verse back, I was like, oh yeah, I don't even need to hear the other verses. Like, this is it.
Yeah, she's really dope.
Remember when Kim and Foxy and when Jay-Z had a mill?
Yes.
And all these female MCs were killing it.
Right.
It's like right now we're putting so much load on Nicki. I mean, not that she can't handle it because she kills.
Yeah.
Nicki out-raps most male rappers.
Right.
But it's just fun to have a variety. Like, I feel like Dej Loaf is so different from Nicki, and she's so fun and it's not so serious, and she can get serious. I just think it's fun. I'm excited to see another female MC in the game. That's really, she's working hard. Like, you can't knock her work ethic.
Yeah, I really like her and Tink are like really
I
doing
love Tink.
it.
I love Tink. And Tink can sing too. She can really sing.
And that's what I like. Before, the women you see either sing or rap. Now women are doing everything.
Yeah, when I heard her on that Million song, I was like, oh, I didn't know she could really sing.
Right,
yeah.
Well, you can really sing because you were hitting the notes back there. You're about to perform for us. Tell us what we're going to see from you right now.
I'm going to do a song that's, that people are familiar with. It's like one of the fan favorites from the album. I performed it a little while ago, and when I would do it at my shows, people would know the lyrics. So it's called Drop Dead Beautiful.
I love that one.
You rock with that one?
I do.
And it talks about when people are in a relationship, the easiest thing because of what we're taught on TV and in movies is like, forget you, go get hit by a bus and die. And it's like, but that's somebody you loved at one point in time. So it's like, why not lay that intimacy to rest and give birth to a beautiful friendship? So I call that Drop Dead Beautiful. And I'm going to give you guys a little bit of climax. And then we're going to go into the single, which is I Just Wanna.
All right, guys. Well, he's about to hit the stage. I'm going to get out of here. He's a very blessed individual. You didn't have to get the exorcism.
I didn't need an exorcism.
You didn't need the exorcism.
Them demons were not for me.
Guys at home and people here, please give it up for Eliijah Blake.
Thank you.
Philly's #1 website.
Let's get it right here then.
Is power99.com.
Hey!